Hey, well, I'm still overwhelmed about the damage that racism has done, at least in this area of Memphis. Uh, um, I blame um, like the schools failing. We all know we got misinformed in history because when I was growing up, they told us Columbus discovered America, and even as kids, we're like, you hear about the American Indians, so like your mind does go to like, yeah, but how did they discover something that wasn't lost? But um, but racism has affected the black community in so many ways. Like here, I noticed, like with the medical thing. Like I kept having like, especially in the '90s, they were like especially cops and like people like that are like they moonlight in the hospital or whatever, which they really need to keep cops out of schools, a hospital, or anywhere where you have decent people if you want to keep harmony. Because, well, anyway, let me get back to the point. They would say, "Did you take your meds?" And like, I looked at it and I tried to explain to one person. I'm like, "Yeah, I took my high blood pressure pills." They're like, because like, but like that was the propaganda, and I've seen a lot of people that was like they were just passing out, these all type of psych medicine to a lot of people. Maybe they're listening to, 8 years of, you did 8 years of school, you're going to listen to someone, because in Memphis at the time, they were saying they were taking people that just came out of high school to be police. So, no college. And the only thing they know about medicine is what, like, little information they got, but like, that's one thing about ignorant motherfuckers. You give them like 2 or 3 sentences, and then all at once, like, they just run with it. Like, yeah, I know all about it now. Everybody else is stupid. I'm a genius now. I mean, they just have. There's no middle for them. They just go from one extreme to the next. But what those pills was doing was the side effects was devastating. If like antidepressant medicine was making people suicidal. So, like, and like I remember having conversation with somebody, and she sees a psychiatrist, and I was like, those meds are not gonna be a spaceship. Or, oh no, I said those meds that you're taking, those psych meds, they're not going to be a time machine to take you back. I said, I don't even know why you're dwelling in the back in your past when you got problems right now that you're not fucking handling. Maybe you need to just take care of stuff as it comes up right now. And whatever happened in the past, just say fuck it. And basically that's basically what she ended up doing, because if she didn't take care of her immediate bills that she had and other situations that she had, life was not going to get any better, and so, she got, but once she was concentrating on like, everyday problems that we all have, she got busy doing something instead of busy doing nothing but, boo-hoo-hoo me, because, I'm like, you didn't stand a chance. You have fucked up parents. If you have fucked up parents, you're gonna have some fucked up memories, It's a simple fact. Well, none of it was her decisions to make, because legally she couldn't sign any forms or documents or papers or anything. Shit, if you call the cops talking about your parents beat you, cops are probably like, you probably need it. What I'm saying? You're not gonna get respect. So just just leave it alone. You know, that's basically what she did. And of course, like at that time, I had like I don't watch TV, but like when I did turn on TV shows, it'd be like, oh yeah, well they didn't take their meds. That's the problem with it. A lot of times, what I noticed is that people that was on those meds would go psychotic. But anyway, the doctors and the pharmaceuticals made a killing. So, that's all good for capitalist society. And at the same time, like crack hit. So to me, the black community was devastated. But instead of like the black people being on our side, being on their side, they're like, and then like counselors would just tell people, well, kick your kid out. Oh, they're doing drugs and they're still in, kick them out. Now I happen to witness like both situations where they got kicked out and where the parents didn't kick the kid out. And if you got parents that like one person didn't get, I don't think they ever went to drug treatment or nothing. Again, it was somebody that they got busy, doing a lot of stuff. So I think one of the parents got like had a broken leg or something. But anyway, so but they had the kid living in the basement. They had a separate key to come up and down, and eventually they ended up like taking care of their mom, because I think she was off the pain pills. She didn't take the pain pills the whole time. Her leg was in the cast, but you really don't have to, because once it starts healing, some say well, anyway, I guess, and also I don't think she wanted pain pills in the house, might be the main thing. But anyway, so, and then the other one that got kicked out, they ended up, on the street, prostituting, and just, I think they're now in a home, but, they're still doing the same drugs. They haven't changed their habits. But anyway, but like, and it was sort of a racist way that we treated, and because like they acting like heroin and all this was brand new. I've seen heroin. I remember. I'm old enough to remember when people were coming home from Vietnam, and it was crazy because a lot of black people that came back and that had been addicted to heroin, they came home. They used to call it, what was it, like a flu or whatever, monsoonal revenge or something. Like you'll have like a 2 to 3 weeks like flu symptoms. Later on, I found out that withdrawal symptoms from the heroin, but like they would just treat it like like treat themselves like you would for a flu. Lots of fluids, and just handle every symptom that came up, and mostly with food and hydration, and not using that drugs. In 2 or 3 weeks they were off of it. Back then you could quit a lot of stuff easier. But so like I even saw in the drugs that they were doing, like that was big in the 80s and 90s. The whites went to crystal meth, the blacks were on cocaine. White people I used to know that was doing crystal meth, they were like, oh, we're smarter than black people. Like, and I'm black, right? But some black people done told them, oh, she thinks she's white. And I look at them, I'm like, and I'm just looking at them, I'm like, tell me more about these black people and what they do. White woman. Or white guy, whatever the case may be, male or female. Or, because like I found out at that time, like gays is like racist too. I'm like, like this one gay guy, I'm like, you acting like I want to have sex with you, and you want to have sex with me. I mean, You know, it's like we're, you know, it's like just go away. You know, grew up white trash and dog patch and Wichita, Kansas. You know, mobile home court, bunch of white people in there, and he acting all uppity. I was like, really? But I'm not getting on. I'm just saying there's gay people that are racist too. It's not. They're not immune just because, you know, because they're gay or LGBT, whatever. They're not immune. You know, they not only could be the victim, but they could victimize too. I'm just saying. You know, and I think that's part of the problem. Like here, the main thing that the Jim Crow and racism did that, you know, is devastated this community. Like, I just want to say, God, look what they done to our people. Look what they done to my people. You know, there's a lot of self-hate. You know, like, there's one girl, right? She had one kid, light skin, bright, nappy hair, just like mine, right? Light eyes. And she keeps telling me the baby eyes was green at one time. I keep telling them that complexion, they all come out with blue and green eyes. You know, it's what you feed them. If you know what I'm saying? If you breastfeed them and then you introduce them to like the finger foods that they should have is like carrots, apples, you know, like really food and stuff. You know, like you hope not like chicken nuggets, and I don't know whatever that. But if these people feed their kids shit and they haven't eaten it, if you don't eat that shit, don't feed it to your kids. You know, and because like I even remember when people went from breastfeeding, like when they would make their own baby food. You know, they would just smush the food up. You know, be smushed. You know, this. You know, so basically, you're having everybody's having peas and carrots or something. You smush it up, throw a little tiny shreds of like chicken in there. You know, shred the chicken and chop it up, and you know, like, not blend it, but you would just sort of mush it. You know, because they'll, like, especially those little pieces of chicken, when they got like 2 teeth, they'll do like that, and eventually, you know, but you know, you do have to worry about the child's development because as they're getting taller, their organs and everything else is developing too. It's not like they came out and they're fully, their stomach is fully developed and all this. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to go from milk to whatever. You know, there's not only they're getting taller and bigger, they're still developing. You know, like, I mean, like their stomach is functioning, you know, and everything. It just, you know, they're still developing. And, you know, that's why they don't come out with teeth and eating solid food. Anyway, that's neither here or there. But the problem is that Jim Crow laws and racism has affected. But let me go back to the girl, right? So she has a light-skinned baby. Oh, she's gorgeous and all this. And she told me she didn't know who the daddy was. Okay? Then, about, I don't know, 3 or 4 years later, she has another baby. This baby comes out dark-skinned. Really dark. She cries, oh, I have an ugly baby. The other one's beautiful because it's light skin. I think, you know. Anyway, they both have a lot of their mother features, but she doesn't like her looks because I don't think she's much darker than me, really. But, you know, she might be a half a tone darker, you know, or whatever, you know. I think she could pass the paper sack test, the brown paper. Like, anyway, back in the day, you know, like, if you was, like the same color as paper sack or lighter, you know, and then they had, like, but if you were darker than a paper sack, that's, you know. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But and and this girl had the nerve to tell me one time, well, you think you white, you racist. And I'm like, wait a minute. So because you think that I think that I'm white, that make me racist. She's sick as fuck, you know. And the worst thing you could do for them, because they don't attach, there's no love, right? Separating from them. That's, you know, the separation anxiety is for real for racist people. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't really get a good attachment. Like, you know, people that have been a victim. I'm talking about I think, what is it? The Stockholm syndrome, where you identify with your the person that's victimizing you. You know, I think we're the original ones. But you know, now she's like, well, she's not so, you know, ugly. But you know what I'm saying? Like they like to just project all their hate onto, like, they just like to blame everybody else for the way they think and feel. But we have a real problem in the United States. And I just want to tell people out there that if you're gorgeous with your hair extensions, but you ugly when you have your hair natural, you probably just ugly, period, anyway. You know what I'm saying? Because, like, this is the part that has to be, like, that, you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Your hair, whatever. Yes, you could, your hair could complement your looks and throw different shadows on you and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, if you butt fuck ugly, you know, you could, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. And you know, and being dark skinned, look at Tupac. Everybody knows he was gorgeous. You know, I mean, we you know, well, I guess everybody don't know. But, you know, he was dark skinned. I've seen a lot of dark skins, and a lot of them are ruined because they do have that complex that, you know, and they get it from their moms. So we do have a problem where we have low self-esteem. Our schools are failing us miserably. The police, and the black police here, they got the most hang-ups. They got the most problems. It's just like that one, you know, at the clinic. And you know, I'm good, you know what I'm saying? Because as far as that policeman, you know, those, you know, us coming in there has nothing to do with his paycheck. You know, he can't, they can't connect. You know, they can't comprehend past their ass. You know, this, you know, and that might be a lot of reason a lot of hospitals are closing up, because before you get to a doctor, you have to get through other people that are gonna judge you. Like the last time I went to emergency room, and let me tell you something, I never did get treated for the original things problems I had. You know, like because I had the shingles there, but it was in my back for a while. That wasn't the last time I went, but I went like a few times. Right, finally they're doing like advertisements talking about shingles on the radio and whatnot, you know. But you know, we're not getting good health care because, like, but anyway, the last time I went to the hospital, this fucking little, you know, white guy, and you could tell him, you know, he probably had a lot of, you know, women in there running after him. And I got news for people: we all look good in our 20s. You know, in our teens and our 20s, you know, that's a height, you know, we all look good. And that's basically that's the best way I saw it. If you don't look good in your 20s, you know, there's always, it's probably, you know, it's probably your lack of exercise and good food. So, but, you know, and he was like, he just looked at me, why aren't your eyes dilated? Because to him, I'm supposed to be on cocaine. That's why my blood pressure is up. Not because I had a fucking stroke. You know, I had it in my eyes, actually. You know, not because I have hypertension and I am black. And, you know what I'm saying? You know, none of the stuff that, anything that the reality, that's the problem I have with, like, the racist black or black people. Because black people are racist here. Because they hate them damn selves. They hate their natural hair. And another thing is, I'm not wearing no hair extension or wigs with 103 degrees out here. I don't care. I'm not even going to put a perm in my hair with this humidity and me sweating, you know, when I go outside in 100, you know. Bless those motherfuckers that can stay cool, got an air conditioner in the house, air conditioner in the car. It's probably why that whole world is overheating, because we all got our air conditioner on. Just, you know, just that's how the fuel industry, that's, you know, we breathe out carbon dioxide, and so does it. It's carbon dioxide. But I think we do need to heal the black people. We do need to let them know that you know that you do matter. You know, because like I remember when I was elementary school, I was like, there was like only a few black people. I was considered gorgeous. Then in junior high school, they brought in these kids from Harlem. The next thing I know, you ugly. You got a big nose. You got a 5 head. You this, you that. You know what I'm saying? Not one nice thing. And you know, I didn't know. Well, actually, I probably knew. I didn't associate with jealousy, because I'll be honest with you. I think I only felt the twinge of jealousy once. But I'm not really give a fuck what you got, you know. I can go get it, or I just don't care, you know. There's a lot of things that a lot of people, like, I don't have a TV in this house. I know somebody's trying to look up because they know I have Comcast, because said, but like they're not gonna associate like, she just has it for like the internet or something, you know what I mean? Because everybody has a TV. You know, I'm like, oh, okay, everybody has a TV. And I'm about sick of them telling me what I got, how I think, and what I'm spending my money on. And I keep telling them, no, this is who I am, believe me. This is what I'm not spending my money on. The shit you talking about. You know what I'm saying? What I spend my money on ain't none of your damn business unless you would like to donate. Then I will take... I would take some input, you know, because I could use some help, you know. I'm not above that, but, you know, I think there's a lot of healing to be done. And I think you start off education, and the education in the school, instead of having sex education, which they fail miserably at, I don't know what they're teaching the kids. Why don't you have parenting classes? Because guess what? No matter how you try to shame or make women feel terrible, and you know, like if you get pregnant, like we get pregnant by our damn self, you know, you're a whore or whatever. It don't matter. Women have babies, and men are the fathers. You know, somebody, you know, their father. You know, I mean, if a woman gets pregnant, there's a man somewhere. I'm told. I'm pretty much 100% sure they didn't lie. But parenting classes would go for both of them. And also we have to teach men self-respect. You know what I'm saying? They're running around and just getting their dick wet in anything. You know, it shows a lack of self-respect. You know, and the church are failing them miserably, because you keep hearing about the sexual abuse in church. Oh, like this undercover cop. Like, I know I'm never going to another church. This undercover cops, because like I'm supposed to be selling pain pills, right? I haven't got a prescription of pain pills since I don't know when. And the last time I did get pain pills, I only had got 4 of them, and 3 of them came up missing when this policeman that I knew came around. So I guess he stole them and said that I'm selling them. But even if you know what I'm saying, they could go check the medical records. You know, if he had 3 of them, you know, but anyway, I just don't have any pain pills. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I've been in some pain. But it comes or goes. But anyway, I digress. The main and so anyway, so he comes into this church. It's the first time I'm going there, and he says that he got a blowjob in the church he was going to. He got a blowjob in the bathroom. I just totally, because like I wanted to talk back then. This was before um, um, George Floyd and all that. I wanted to talk about rehabilitating the people that come out of jail because they coming out now really trifling. You know what they're doing to them in there but I guess it works is if the whole community you're letting down. The whole community that you're basically trying to destroy it, you know, from its very soul and root, and taking away all of its really comprehension of the magic that we are as black people, you know. But they don't see that, you know, and they're very judgmental. But he was talking about, you know, so I pretty much, I don't know if he understood or not, you know, because I'm like, you know, I studied human behavior. I'm not, you know, did some little Berkeley and Stanford, nothing like, not like to, it was just some classes they had. I think everybody takes them with the .gov or whatever. But you don't get a degree with it, but you learn a lot and found it very interesting, especially the physics. But you know from these classes of human behavior and anthropology and stuff that the same thing that you know what I'm saying, the same thing that they did to us we could do to them, you know what I'm saying. But I don't mean like with malicious or anything like that. I mean like not caring about them, you know what I'm saying. I think that is a problem with black people, but I think you give us another generation to being around white people where we will be at the mindset that, you know, well, you do unto others as they do unto you. Black people you know, they will stop faulting. You know what I'm saying? Like if their kid comes home, they're a junkie, they're not like gonna beat you up or beat you up. Who gave it to you? Who gave it to you? You're gonna know that the situation, that school situation they're in, if everybody's now doing drugs, you know, somebody in, you know, a teacher or coach, the policeman comes in, the nurse, somebody, you know, older, introduce at least one kid or one of the kids' fathers. You know what I'm saying? You would use more common sense and maybe direct your kid in another safer environment. Well, anyway, let me get off because I can't really put in words exactly what I want to say, but I just want to say that the racism is sort of caused a lot of people to be, like, I think schizoid. You know, if you gotta live with, like, oh, I'm gorgeous when I have my hair extension and 4 layers of base before I put some powder over it or whatever, you know, and I wear these clothes, I'm sexy, you know, the men gonna want to have sex with me, you know what I'm saying, and you know, I got my fake hair going on and all this. If you gotta do all that, and then when you take all that off, and you can't look at yourself in the mirror, you know, I think we can fix the problem, you know, by teaching people how to be parents. They learn how to be parents. I think they destroyed the family structure of black people, and I think they did the same thing with the American Indians. And hey, if you young and you dark skinned, go get you an Asian. Go get you an Asian. Some of them gonna like see you for like the person you are, and some of them are just as crazy racist as everybody else in the world. But I'm just saying, that's where all the factories are. You know what I'm saying? India, you know, I don't know about India. This place is dirty. But you might do good in Japan, Vietnam, Taiwan. I don't know. You know, but ain't no black people leaving America. You know, we can't afford to relocate, and we can't afford to stay here. But the one thing we can't, absolutely can't afford, is to continue the behavior where we hurting our own people. be it you're whooping them because they're your child, and all the other dirty shit that you guys do. Or oh, I'm excited, I want to fuck her, so I'll just will, what I'm saying? So we got a rape society, a racist society, and we're in the service industry. We run out of money. We need to go green so we can open up some new factories and make windmills and solar panels or something, because the factories are overseas in China and Vietnam and like India and other places, but they're not here. We're not manufacturing anything anymore. We're in the service industry. As long as we're in the service industry, our economy is going to just keep tanking and maybe going up, but mostly tanking, and like it's doing now. And who's gonna get the butt of the problems? Black people. I don't care if you're the mayor, the police chief, a doctor, and you're black, you're going to feel some racism. And if you treat your own people wrong, right, and anywhere you go, you get racist from white supremacists, you get judged and racist by your black people. You're making your life miserable. And you're making this country just very polluted, very filthy. Anyway, that's all I gotta say is, black people, it ain't love thyself, it's respect thyself. And love will come, I promise.